This is the grades tool in Canvas. We did go over this already in the first module. I'm just going to talk about it briefly here. As you can kind of see, these cells are getting filled up with different kinds of icons and different indicators. And I just want to tell you what some of this stuff means. Under the week 1 introductions assignment, you see I have 2 people that have submitted that assignment. This is a graded discussion. That's why the submission indicator is a speech bubble that tells me it's a discussion. Here there are little papers that have been submitted. You can see the icons for papers mean that's a file upload assignment that needs to get graded. And then also here's another graded discussion. There's one you'll see here where it is pink, has a pink background. That means that assignment was turned in after the due date. So you can access your assignments here to do your grading if you like, but Canvas really doesn't intend for you to do that, but it allows you to. In the days of Blackboard, you did all of your grading through the gradebook in this kind of an interface. If you wanted to do that, you can. You just hover your mouse over the item you want to grade, and then you click on this weird little blue triangle thingy in the corner. I don't know what that is. And here you can add the grade manually here, or you can go into the speedgrader from here, which is what I'm going to show you here in a minute. Or you can see any comments the student has submitted on account of this particular assignment here as well. So it's not the only place these comments show up, it's just one of the many places. I want to show you how to access the SpeedGrader in a different way. So I'm going to go back to my course and into the assignments area. In assignments, we're going to click on that reflection paper assignment. And here, once I do that, I get my assignment page that I've created. And I can see over here in the upper right hand corner, there's a direct link to SpeedGrader. I can also see up here that there are 0 out of 2 submissions graded. I'm going to click on SpeedGrader and it's going to open up the SpeedGrader tool. It's going to take me to the first student that needs to be graded, Jeff Carmen up here. I can see his little picture since he has added a profile picture to his Canvas account. And there's an orange dot next to his name, which means he submitted the assignment, but it has yet to be graded. If I hit the down arrow, I can see the next one in line is my student account has also submitted but needs to be graded. So anybody that does not have that orange dot has not yet submitted. Anybody that you have graded will have a green check mark. I'll show you what that looks like here in a moment. So I'm looking at Jeff's paper. This is the crocodoc preview pane over here on the left-hand side. It allows me to annotate and comment. I'm going to go over that here in a moment. Before I do, over here on the right-hand side, we also have details as far as when the assignment was submitted. I have a download link, which would allow me to download this document over here, this previewing on the left-hand side. I can grade it here by just typing a grade in, or I can grade by rubric here, since I've attached a rubric and allowed it to be used for grading. I'm going to show you that. And then also there's a place here for assignment comments, just general comments over the whole assignment. In this area, I can attach files. I can record my voice, or I can also record my webcam, or I can do speech recognition. Where if I click this and I hit record, it will start to try to figure out what I'm saying. I can submit these comments like this without applying a grade to the assignment. So if you do want to talk to your student before you grade, you can definitely do that. It does appear here the student can now see what I say, but they have not yet been graded. So you can actually have a conversation about this assignment prior to grading it. So as far as the crocodoc tool is concerned, this allows you to add markup to a document from within this interface. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, you see a comment button at the very top, which acts like a toggle switch. When you first come in here, it's probably going to look like that with no toolbar underneath. But if I click on comment, that's going to drop down this toolbar where I can actually add comments at this point. So if I hit this down arrow, I choose text comment, I can select this line and say, rework this. So this is a nice way to give students feedback that they can view within Canvas. They can even download this after you've annotated it. The student who has access to the same preview pane can come up here to the download button and download an annotated version of the PDF. So their PDF would actually have all of your included comments with it. So when you're ready to start grading this, over here on the right-hand side, like I said, you can just type a grade in here, or if you have it set up to where you can grade with the rubric, I can click on View Rubric, and that's going to show me the rubric. And I can just click on the rating that the student has earned through their paper. So for quality, if they get full marks, I'll click on the full marks. For relevance, maybe it's partial marks. Contribution, full marks. Global picture, partial, so on and so forth. And as you see, it kind of adds up the score for you. It kind of tallies that score up. This rubric is a bit ungainly because it is fairly verbose. So the more wordy you get in your criterion ratings, the more difficult it's going to be to kind of fit this all in one area. So that could be a little bit challenging. Normally, rubrics don't have quite this much level of detail, but they certainly can, and students appreciate it, I'm sure. You can tweak this further if you decide the student actually didn't quite get 2 or maybe a little bit more than 2. You can add a decimal point on there and give them more than what the rubric assigns. You can add specific comments that relate to that particular criteria. You can add comments that are specific to that particular criteria that you're looking at. So for relevance, if I want to tell them why they earned that, I can click on that little green speech bubble and add my criterion comments here. And once I'm done and ready for that to go live, I just go ahead and hit save. Once I've hit save, it automatically puts the grade in for the student in this area. You'll also notice up here in the upper left-hand corner, there's now a green check mark next to Jeff's name, meaning that he has now been graded on this. Then I can move on to the next student who needs to be graded if I want to, just by click on this drop down and go into this next student in the line.